Hi and welcome. So here's the quick plan. We'll quickly walk you through this. What this is. So it's a GitHub page. It's not really hosted anywhere properly as of now. It says open source on top, but you'll have to go here, hit on GitHub to actually see what's happening. There's a slight ticker over here that says active, so which is fine. So it says autonomous evolution, intelligent systems, and all that fancy stuff. But what is happening is have used OpenClaw for this. OpenClaw with Anthropic models, Sonnet and Opus for now. And what I've done is, so yeah, that's why it says AI agents, autonomous. Just forget this. This is for education intelligence systems. Okay, these two we can still consider, but there's nothing really autonomous evolution. I tried few things with the OpenClaw, and I wanted to let it kind of go its own way, but that didn't feel very comfortable because this is all done on my home PC, my let's say my main Ubuntu system. Okay, and have seen a lot of people doing this. So agent task board. So when you end up distributing tasks to OpenClaw, what it does is it goes ahead and breaks them up into sub-agents if you tell it to, which I did, and it created three sub-agents. So you say sub-agents deployed, files created is okay, fine, whatever I told it, it did that, and this is again just the task that was given was to do with the class 12th mathematics, one particular chapter, just to get differential equations done with Python. So no big deal here, but just to show you that yeah, it goes and quantifies that and says yeah, this is done. And equations classified. I don't know why it says classified, but like I think equations solved or coded in Python is what is more. And seven tasks were given. So three sub agents were called up, and seven to dos were given. So it, and again, pass rate and all doesn't really matter. So all tasks passed. Jekyll site ready. Python solver verified. Latex okay, fine, doesn't really matter. Root dir lock enforced. So yeah, in its prompt, I did mention that don't step out of this particular root dir, and this is when it was done. So session date, start time, perfectly fine, and I gave him a fancy name. I said, yeah, OpenClaw, the main agent, go ahead and call yourself the code agent lead. So it acknowledges that and says I'm the lead agent. And then there is a source PDF. I gave it a PDF file which I downloaded from the NCRT site. I think somewhere here. Yeah, I think one of these, or one second, where did that go? Huh. And gave it a PDF file to read through for chapter 9. I said, go ahead and code this. So very simple instructions. And then it's gone and created this Jekyll site. It's already there, but some code was pushed. And anyway, so yeah. And then equations all again, you just come up with a graph. I told it in very lay terms to come up with these graphs and everything, right? I didn't specify anything. So very quickly just came up with all of this on its own, which is pretty okay. I'm not even aware what JavaScript library it has used, but something quickly done. Anyway, so here you get to see what it did with the sub agents. It says I am the lead. So yeah, he is the lead, and these are sub agents. And so this he says is the sub agent dashboard, and who's created that sub agent 2, which is fine. So anyway, so it doesn't really matter much. And these are the tasks given, and he's gone ahead and picked up very random names of those Python file and Markdown files, which he changed later on. But anyway, the dashboard was already created, so it did not kind of. And this seems to be okay to me. I kind of like this. It's got something pulsating over here, and it gone through a very decent timeline. It says, yeah, this is what I did. Then the sub agent did that, and just goes through that. Sub agent deployed task, did this, did that, whatever. Pretty much okay. Python module creation and everything. So this is here. Anybody wants to see it, you can. Anyway, the file names were created. What was the code which went in? Then the solutions to the so third order, first order differential equations, and again gone into the details of that. Then the Python module architecture. So he's considered this to be some kind of architecture, whereas nothing, just two, three files. lying around and few markdown files. But anyway, he's gone and said, okay, generated by code agent, dashboard, whatever, whatever, and done a decent job of all of this. I never told it to do any of this, but it did it. What I had in mind was slightly different because I've seen people doing with OpenClaw dashboards which actually show you as to how the agent is kind of going through the entire thing. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Fine. So back here on this page, you saw this agent dashboard. Then you have the mm, this came directly from the PDF to Markdown, from Markdown to this particular page, and got rendered slightly weirdly initially because of match jacks and all that not being there, but then got fixed. So pretty much okay. I'm okay with this. Decent enough, say for a documentation page or for even some kind of that we want to do. Okay, and obviously the .py file is directly going to GitHub. So that one directly links to GitHub. It doesn't really render into anything, or so maybe I want to do that, but that's overkill. We don't really need that right now. So it is just, I'm not even sure if people are really bothered about this, but yeah, you have the and related post and everything. Okay, so this is this. Now, what's here on top? It says chat, and I'll have to quickly go in here and pick up something. So let's say I just pick up one number. We are not really getting into what that is, and I come back here. And first thing is hello bot. I say hi, hello bot. It says hello master RD. RD is just Rohit Dankar. That's all. Nothing fancy. So then I say okay, hello bot. Yeah, and then I say hi, how, whatever. So you say I understand only this. I give it some random stuff. Doesn't understand anything. Keeps on responding with the same thing. But I give it this number that I picked up. I have that number somewhere. So presume this is my password or whatever it is. Now this is some kind of token that I'm exchanging with the bot. And the moment I do that, it says, "Yeah, Master RD, welcome, and I'm your humble maths tutor." So whatever, just a placeholder for now. But you can have it routing to a separate agent altogether. So the real agent. Now, as of now, what we have is this is non-LLM. This is a non-LLM chatbot, a hard-coded chatbot, which is just routing through fast API to a couple of things. Okay, if I send it this, it doesn't respond. But I again send it this, the complete digits, and it responds saying that I'm your science tutor. You can ask me science questions. Okay, so whatever. Okay, so fancy, and it'll come up with geography or it'll come up with any other thing. And now I say game Tintin. Okay, so why game Tintin? You want to come up with educational games. You want to come up with games which students would be interested in, to make sure that we're playing safe enough, and it's all about students here. So we picked up a old, let's not say old, but like a traditional Tintin character with Captain Haddock and everything. So that is what we've gone into. And the moment you give that code, game Tintin, and it says Thundering Typhoons, your game link or whatever, whatever. So yeah, so this comes up. And now from here onwards, now this is not OpenClaw. From here onwards, it is just Claude Code. That also in VS Code. Quickly did a couple of things. Pretty decent, obviously pretty decent. So you'll start seeing here immediately goes into Tintin something, and has got this static over here, and this is all dynamic in the browser, and yeah. So this is what it is. So I think the captain's spelling went incorrect. It says Kapitan, but or Kaptian or whatever, but we'll live with that. I say blistering barnacles, thundering typhoons. Yeah. So pretty much okay. And if I do this, if I were to inspect element here for some reason, I'm not really sure what will come up. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. We will come to that later. Huh. So pretty decent. And how this has been done, I have not really coded any JavaScript. There's no HTML, nothing. This is just pure Python in the terminal. This is pure Python in the terminal, and of course, this on the right side, or bit of the boundaries and all, is HTML, CSS, and all that. But like very basic stuff. Okay. And so yeah, so the game. right now is very basic. It's just I'll just quickly go through this. I don't really want to spend too much time on this. So yeah, you'll come up with some digits and you'll keep on trying to guess as to what is that number. If you guess it properly, it'll give you something else. It'll say yeah, X marks the spot. And this is supposed to be again. Pirates got spelled wrong. I don't know why. Uh, yeah, pirates got spelled wrong again. Yeah, so there are some spelling mistakes. I don't know why. Maybe I just maybe it is me while typing. I've done something incorrect here. But this is how this is. So the cannon keeps going boom. It says put in exactly three numbers. So this is some game called Bagels game. Okay, Bagels. I did a mashup of Bagels and Tintin and Captain Haddock and uh, the Pirates theme. Yeah. So again, just quickly going through this, going through the paces, so to say, and it says no, no blistering barnacles and Ostrogoth and God knows what not abuses. And this is the last one. Okay, so we'll be slightly careful here because I want to show you as to what else is happening, bit happening still. Okay, and then the ship comes back, and I say, yeah, done. And it says, do you want to play ahead? And the ship says, probably the plank. I'm not sure. I never gave it this. It did this on its own. Probably the plank. Um, I'm not 100% sure. I wanted a lot of other things here, which will probably get done later because this seems to be very, very static and very boring, unless, of course, somebody's really involved in those three numbers. And do you want to sail again? No, thanks a lot. Very boring. Uh, so, yeah, game over. And again, Captain Haddock came to say goodbye. Game over and bugger off. So, yeah, this is what it is for now. And if we were to, it says disconnected. Yeah, refresh to play again. And if we were to refresh the page, hard refresh or reload, and you can see Tintin, very, very pathetic colors as of now, but doing something. Yeah. So that's what it is. And quite glad to see some of this happening real fast with the Claude Code. And took me just about approximately maybe 3 hours of continuous focus, maximum 3 hours of continuous focus, and uh, not more than uh, I'm not sure, I'm not even sure, but not more than $10. The entire thing has not costed me more than $10, with the model being Sonnet or Opus, one of the two. Yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot.